Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Global Education Virtual Expo. We've got another webinar for you here today. It's one of our favorite partners. It's a presentation that we enjoy giving with Winston. He's our local contact at Study Group. They're going to be talking about the various pathway programs into the United Kingdom, the different options that you've got available to you as well. So a little bit of housekeeping for me from Global Education. My name is George. I work with Global. I'm actually based in the Perth branch in Australia, and we help look after students that once they arrive in country that they're looked after. And we sort of help also Global as its initial business is counseling students to advise them on their best opportunities on where they could study overseas, whether that's the course, location, your visa, as the slide in front of you is all showcasing as well. It's something that we love doing. It's not just about the application, it's about ensuring that you've got the best foot on the ground forward to help you achieve your goal. So without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Winston, who's going to present and showcase to you a little bit more about Study Group.
Thank you very much, George, and thank you to the team at Global Education for allowing me to join once again to be able to present to everyone that's joining today and anyone that's going to be watching beyond this as well. I do appreciate the time that I'm being given. As mentioned, my name is Winston. I am a representative of Study Group. I look after the Sub-Saharan Africa region, as well as a few other regions for Study Group in regards to supporting students that come through partners such as Global Education to help them get their offers, etc., and progress into their studies within not just the UK, but other regions as well. I'm just going to share my screen. So there we go. If it's going to allow me to share, let me just make sure that's working. There we go. Brilliant. And just one thing to highlight, first of all, is there is an issue with my camera. Sometimes it jumps. So if you can see me jumping around, just rest assured it's not my fault. It's my laptop. It's playing up. I'm waiting for it to be resolved. But hopefully it'll be fixed soon. So if it does cut off, I'm not being rude. I plan to try and keep it on as long as possible throughout the presentation. So firstly, I'll just give you a bit of a background into Study Group. For many of those of you that's joining today and those of you that be watching this live afterwards, you may not have heard of Study Group. You would have certainly heard of the partners that we do work with. You may not have heard of what we do. So essentially, we are an international education provider. We're one of the leading pathway providers in the world. We have over 25 years of experience in terms of supporting students driving success through our pathway programs, as well as for students in terms of those that's progressing onto universities and beyond as well. We have more than 30 universities globally that we partner with. These are all in locations, UK being the main location. We've also got partners in Australia, New Zealand, the US, as well as Europe as well, being in Holland and in Dublin in Ireland. So we have got a wide network of university partners that we do work with. In terms of the universities in the UK, as that's what this webinar is focused on, and that's what you've come here to learn more about. We work with more UK universities in the top 20 than any other pathway provider around the world. So we do target those universities where students can get an excellent education. The universities that are generally quite ranked highly overall or ranked really highly in particular subject areas. So we do put a big focus on making sure that we choose those universities that we partner with, which provides the best outcomes for the students that go through our pathway programs. 11 of our universities in the UK that we work with are ranked in the top 50. And also 6 of those universities are actually awarded TEF Gold. So that's in regards to the Teaching Excellence Framework. They're awarded gold in regards to not just outcomes, but also the quality of teaching and academics offered at the universities itself. Not just within the UK that we have really good ranked universities, also in Holland, 2 of the universities are ranked in the top 1%. In Australia, again, we've got some really high ranking universities. So it's something that we do throughout our whole actual partnerships. We always look for those universities with strong rankings throughout the world itself. Now, in terms of the way that we work with universities, we do have international study centers, and that's pretty much where the students in the UK go to do either their foundation, PreMasters, or like their international year 1 program. But before I get deeper into those programs and why a particular student may want to go for one of those, I'm just going to give you some information as to why to study in the UK. So again, this is probably one of the key questions that you're going to be looking at when you're looking at the various different destinations. Why would I study in the UK? What is there for me? Why is it better than a particular destination, or what's the differences, etc. So firstly, in terms of the UK universities, they are world-renowned. Some of the universities, or majority of universities that are in the UK. The education system is one of the oldest in the world. They've got a strong history of not just the academics itself, but in terms of like their research-focused universities, i.e. being the Russell Group universities, of which some of them are our partners as well, and I'll take you through those a little bit later. The choice of subjects that you do study within the UK are very extensive. There's a wide range of options that you can choose from, and they look great on your CV as well. Just because coming from a UK university or UK higher education system looks fantastic when it comes to your CV and employability to various different businesses beyond graduation when you're going to go into the world of work. No matter the industry or the location, just having a UK qualification is a great selling point for any student that studies within the UK itself. Secondly, it's a multicultural environment. So the UK is multicultural, it's very diverse, it's very popular amongst international students. It's actually the second most popular destination. The most popular, most of you would have guessed, is the US. Reason being is because they've got the largest amount of universities and colleges available to you. So that's why it's very popular, because there's such a wide range there. But it's the second most popular destination for overseas students because of the diversity as well. So at almost all of our universities and all universities up and down the country, you generally find that there's a wide or good mix of student body, and it's very diverse in terms of its culture as well. In terms of the societies and clubs you can join, this is all supportive of all the international students as well. There'll be generally somewhere that you can join and you can feel at home and feel quite relaxed whilst you study there and not worry about not being able to make any friends, etc. It's very multicultural and accepting. For those of you in terms of like religion, or maybe religion or anything else like that as well, it is catered to within the UK. So there's various different places if you need to go and pray, etc. There's a lot of support in regards to that within the UK and within our universities as well, which is why a lot of students like to choose UK as their destination of study. And then thirdly, the third most popular reason again is the work opportunities available within the UK. So while studying within the UK, you can work on the visa that's provided to you. So you can work in general up to 20 hours per week during your bachelor's program. If you are starting on a foundation, it's up to 10 hours per week. Outside of term time, you can actually work full time if you wish. Students can also take up a part-time job or an internship. Most of the programs offered at UK universities offer an internship or work placement. Most of the times it is actually paid as well. So this is really good because you get to earn whilst you learn, and at the same time you get to get that valuable experience, which helps with your CV for when you're going into work and beyond graduation as well. In addition to this, the UK actually introduced a post-study work visa, which actually came into play from summer this year. So any students that graduate after 2021 will be able to benefit, or international students will be able to benefit from a 2-year post-study work visa, which allows you to remain within the country and look for a job or do like a voluntary work, etc., whilst you're there as well. So moving on to the UK universities that we do partner with. So here is just a range of the universities that we do partner with. I will be doing a quick overview of each university and in terms of like the highlights of why this might be a good option for you or the type of students that may want to choose it. As you can see, there's a good mix there. Some of those you would have will be more familiar with than some of the others. So you've got some of like the Russell groups, like the Durhams, the Cardiffs, Leeds, Sheffields. These are all Russell Group universities, world-renowned universities, and also obviously ranked within like the top 100, top 200 around the world itself. You've got then you've got like universities that are a little bit more affordable, being like your Huddersfields, your Tsides, all ranked quite highly when it comes to academics or in particular subject areas. And you've got like your London mixed universities as well as your ones around the north of England as well. We've also got 2 partners located in Scotland, Aberdeen and University of Strathclyde, all offering fantastic programs and options for you whilst you study within the UK itself. So going back onto what I was discussing earlier and what I mentioned in regards to the International Study Centre, the ISCs, So what we do is within these universities, in each of these universities, we have an international study centre or an international college, which we call it at the University of Sheffield. This is where students go to study their pathway programs, to enter onto either their bachelor's or the actual master's program itself. There are loads of different benefits for students that want to study at the International Study Centre. I'll go through some of them a little bit later, but I thought it's best to actually go through and highlight a video for you, which talks about our International Study Centre and why it does help international students. I just want to make sure the sound is sharing. And I'll press play now.
Coming to an international study centre, you get the opportunity to study at your own pace and to study everything that you need to get yourself ready for that university. So we have the foundation programs. In some centres we also have the international year 1 programs, and we have PreMasters as well for students who are that little bit further on in their educational journey.
The teachers here at the ISC, they are amazing, they're really helpful, they really want to see you do well, and that's why I love it here personally. What I like about my course is that it helps me with the studies, and as well as simple things like writing a proper essay, doing proper references. It just gives you that extra push. The advice I would give to someone thinking about coming to the ISC, I would say if you really need that extra push to come, they're really helpful. You won't feel out of place. They'll really make you feel at home.
We work on every aspect of preparation for the university. So you've got the transition piece, getting used to the culture, getting used to the environment that you're going to be studying in, and then there's all the academic content as well. So it's a really good way to prepare for university without the pain of just going straight in to those large first-year university classes. You can come to the ISC and it's a little bit more supported.
So one of the things I just wanted to highlight for you is in terms of the locations of the UK. So for many of you, you may have never actually traveled to the UK itself. So it'd be good to highlight some of the where some of our actual universities are situated within the UK itself. So as mentioned, you've got London, which is where most of our like the Kingstons, the Surreys, Royal Holloways. This is where we've got a nice cluster of universities located here. Down by the south, that's where the University of Sussex is located, which is just on pretty much by the coast side, by the coast itself near Brighton. We've got Cardiff University, which is actually located in Wales. So that's in the capital itself. Again, a fantastic location for students, very affordable. I'll be going through some more details on the universities later. And then we have our cluster of universities that's around the north of England. So this is generally where, if you're not going into London, this is probably the next most popular destination for those students. Reason being is because of the locality, in the fact that it allows you to be able to get, if you want to go and visit like Scotland, or if you want to visit the other parts of the UK itself, being right in the centre of the UK is really beneficial for students. So you tend to find that's generally one of the most popular areas for students to go to. Given that is also a lot more affordable when you stay in the north of England as well. So that's where a lot of our universities are situated, our more popular ones as well outside of London. And then we've got just up north here, you've got the universities in Scotland, so being Strathclyde and then Aberdeen right up north as well. So this is just to give you a rough idea. It has got our Europe universities there, but as I said, I'm mentioning, I'm just focusing on the UK. But this just gives you a rough idea of where they are situated within the UK. So it can kind of help you make a decision of where you may want to be situated when you go and visit the UK, or when you go and study there as well, or to consider it as your destination of study. So moving on now, I'll start to talk you through the types of program that we do offer via our international study centres. So there's 3 types, as I did allude to earlier, and that's what's mentioned in the video. The first type is the International Foundation Year. The foundation year is for those students that don't quite meet the entry criteria to go directly into a bachelor's program, or if you're for those students, for example, where the international, or not international, sorry, the education system within the UK, students generally study 13 years before then progressing on to university. Now, in a lot of curriculums around the world, students can only study up to year 12. So that 13th year would be the foundation year. So generally, those students that require a 13th year of study will go into a foundation year, or those students that, again, don't meet the entry criteria for direct entry, they too will also go into a foundation year. Now, the foundation year is done right before progressing onto your bachelor's degree. So you'll do your 1-year foundation, you then progress on to your bachelor's, which would either be a 3-year bachelor's degree or a 4-year if you're choosing to do one with a placement as well. You then graduate and then you can progress on to your further studies or work if you wish to. Now, our foundation programs are offered at almost all of our international study centres. It's generally 3 terms or 2 semesters. There's a September and January start. Those are the main intakes that we do have. However, throughout the year, we do introduce some additional intakes, like we have got an upcoming intake for some of our centres in October, as well as a November intake that we introduce as well. There's also other intakes, smaller intakes throughout the year, like March, etc. But the main 2 core intakes for the majority of our programs are in September and January. Now, for the foundation year, all students are required to provide an IELTS or English proficiency. They do start from as low as 4.5, but this is dependent on the centre you're going to and the program you're progressing on to. Some programs require a high English proficiency. For example, if you're going for something like medicine, then you are required to have a 6.0. And then some of the other programs will require less. So depending on what you're applying for and the centre that you're going to, the IELTS will be displayed in terms of the entry requirements and on your offer letter itself. For those students that don't quite meet the English proficiency, we do offer English language preparation programs. This is offered and available on the majority of our programs, but just to highlight, it's not available on all. Some programs you are required to meet the English proficiency from the get-go, from the start of the program. Whereas majority, we do offer this English language preparation for those students that just fall short, where you can do like a 1-term English language program, and then you progress onto your chosen foundation program. The second type is the International Year 1 program. Now, the International Year 1, again, is for those students that just fall short of the entry criteria at the university. The only difference is that the International Year 1 is equivalent of your first year of studying your bachelor's degree. So students will do your International Year 1. You then progress on to the second year of your bachelor's degree, where you'll do your remaining 2 years or 3 years at the university if it's a placement program. The International Year 1 are for those students that have completed high school and done a further year of study, whether that be like a diploma or maybe they've done their AS levels. This is what the students can do for these types of students can get into the International Year 1, or again, those students that's completely like an A level and that's just fallen short of the actual entry requirements can also enter an International Year 1 without requirement of actually going through the International Foundation year. Now, the term length is generally the same as the foundation, so normally 3 terms, 2 semesters. Main intakes again is September and January. However, we do have a few smaller intakes throughout the year for certain programs at some of our centres. The IELTS proficiency is slightly higher, so it's a 5.0 for you to get onto the International Year 1 program. And again, if you're going on to like, depending on the program you're going to, you may be required to provide a higher English proficiency. The English language preparation program is also available for our International Year 1. So for those students that do require it, we can provide it on some of our programs. One thing to do highlight though with some of the entry requirements, some of our universities, i.e. like Tside and a few of our and Aberdeen, for the International Year 1, we can actually accept the NSC, so the National Senior Certificate, as long as you achieve a 5 in 5 subjects. So for those students that perform well in their NSC, you may not necessarily be required to do an International Foundation year, and you may be able to go directly into the International Year 1 program, as long as you meet those requirements. For further information on that, that is available via our International Study Centre websites, and also you can speak to the team at Global Education, pass them your transcripts, and they can look and see which programs are right for you. Now, the third type is the PreMasters program. Now, PreMasters is very popular and it's increasing in popularity amongst the region as well. The PreMasters is for those students that want to go into a master's program, but they haven't achieved the minimum, which is normally a 2-1 to get onto a direct entry into a master's within the UK. Some universities do accept as low as a 2-2. The majority do request 2-1, which is a second-class upper honours bachelor's degree. Now, the good thing about the PreMasters programs, we accept as low as a 3rd bachelor's, and we also do accept higher national diploma, so HND as well. So any students that want to progress onto a master's program that may have not achieved as high a grade as they wanted, so like a 3rd class in bachelor's or a 2-2, you can also look into doing PreMasters with us, as long as it's within a related subject to the master's program that you wish to progress onto. Now, our pre-masters, we have 1-term, 2-term, and 3-term pre-masters, depending on the level that you want to go into. The most popular options are the 1-term options because it's shorter, means it's you can complete your masters in a quicker amount of time, and it's also cheaper as well. We have intakes throughout the year, but the main core intakes are in January, April, and September, where majority of students join up on our programs. Again, you do need to have an English proficiency. You do need to have an equivalent of a 5.5, and we do offer the English for pre-masters, which is an EPM program for those students that don't quite meet the English proficiency, like a top-up to be able to go into your pre-masters itself. One thing to just highlight is pre-masters is not available at all of our universities. As I go through the list of universities and the key points of each universities, I would talk you through the ones that do offer the pre-masters for you. They are displayed there as well for you on the screen on this particular slide. Now, going into our UK universities, I'm going to talk you through some of the key points. I'm not going to go into all of the programs that they offer because, as you've seen, we do have a wide range of universities in the UK. We've got 16 universities. So what I'll do is I'll just give you the key highlights of each university, and then I'll talk you through some of like the pricings, and at the end, I'll go through the scholarships as well. If you want to get into more detail about a particular program that may be available at the university, feel free to speak to the team at Global Education, or if you want to set up a separate call, again, you can reach out to Global Education and I can set up a separate call to go through any particular programs that you may want to understand at each of the universities. So the first university I'll highlight is University of Aberdeen, a great partner of ours located in Scotland. It is a top 200 university, a top 20 university within the UK. The University of Aberdeen has over 500 years of academic teaching and excellence. It's one of our only universities in the UK. They actually offer progression into medicine. So for those students that's really keen on going into medicine, University of Aberdeen is one of the choices that you may be looking at via the foundation program. The university is known as a full spectrum university. So what that means is this is a university that has a wide range of programs and joint honours programs that you can do. So if you're looking for something that might not be looking for a particular program that might not be something that's offered at most of our universities, or might be hard to find something that's very bespoke, in general, you'll find that one of our full spectrum universities, like University of Aberdeen. So if you want to go for something that's very specific, like for example, business management and sports science, or like a philosophy and economics, this is the type of university that you look at for those options. It is the UK's third safest university city as well. So for those students that are quite concerned about safety, or being around a new surrounding that wants to be somewhere that's very safe, then University of Aberdeen or Aberdeen is a very safe city for students that go there and study. It's also one of the most affordable cities for UK students as well. So if you're looking for affordability, a great education, then University of Aberdeen is one of those ones, one of the universities that's very affordable for students. Is the 5th oldest university in the UK, so you can rest assured that you have a good history of academic teachings, excellence, that will allow you to be able to be rest assured that the programs available are of a good standard as well. Now, at University of Aberdeen, we offer 3 types of programs. We offer the foundation, the international year 1, and the pre-masters. So we offer all 3 programs there. We also offer international year 2. It's similar to the same as the international year 1, because the education system is a little bit different in Aberdeen, in Scotland, in the fact that bachelor's degrees are 4 years, but it just means that you don't study for longer. It's the same as entering international year 1 in the rest of the UK, throughout the rest of England, or in Cardiff itself. Now, in terms of the fees, it's 15.5k that it starts from, £15.5 for foundation. As you can see, you've got the fees for the international year 1 and the pre-masters at £11,500. We do offer scholarships, and I'll touch on those at the end for all of our international study centres. The second university I'll highlight is University of Strathclyde. Again, another great partner of ours, located in Scotland. This is a university for those students that's really interested in going into business or in engineering. They're really well known for their business and engineering programs. Glasgow, one of the main capitals or business capitals within Scotland itself, has a really strong cluster of a lot of our businesses, or world-renowned businesses that have offices located there, which is really good because it helps support those students that want to go and get like internships or get more work experience whilst they're studying there. So Glasgow is really well known for business as well as engineering, with the manufacturers that's located there as well. It's a top 15 university within the UK. 16 of the actual subjects are ranked within the UK top 10, which is a really good statistic. It's also very well known in terms of like the local, it's won the Local Life Awards, which is a student choice award for in terms of what you can do while studying there, how integrated students are in terms of the life itself, and also how good it is in terms of being as a location and a destination of study. So Glasgow is a very popular destination in Scotland for those students that want to study there. It's also ranked the 8th best city in the world as well. So it's a really popular location. There's loads of activities you can do within Glasgow. It's also fantastic transport links in and out, as well as an international airport there for those students that may want to travel around the world or visit other parts of Europe as well while studying within the UK. It's also ranked University of the Year and Scottish University of the Year as well, which just goes to show how good the university is, not just from an academic perspective, but from a life on a student experience perspective as well. Now, the fees, as mentioned, you've got the Foundation, International Year 1 and Pre-Masters again offered here, and the fees are relatively similar to University of Aberdeen. You generally find that these are a bit more affordable than the majority of the universities in the rest of the UK as well, as the cost of studies in Scotland is generally a little bit more affordable than other parts of the UK, as well as in terms of the living costs as well. Now, moving down south now, so to the north of England. Now, the first university is Durham. Durham University is a university many of you probably would have heard of. Many of you, if you are a fan of Harry Potter, would have seen Durham University in the backdrop because some of the movies were actually filmed there. In terms of like the collegiate system that you see on the movies, that is all generated from like universities like Durham, because they have got their own collegiate system. So when you do go and study at Durham University, you're allocated to a collegiate or a house. You get to live amongst that collegiate as well. You get to have inter-team, like intramural events, various different like talent shows, like very sort of like a friendly, competitive environment for students as well. It helps you to feel like you're a part of like a family when you're studying there as well, which is why a lot of students like to go to Durham. Now, beyond the student experience, Durham is actually is a world top 100 university. It's ranked 6th in the UK. It's been in the UK top 10 for the past 12 years. So it is very well renowned. It's an excellent place for those students that's really looking, it's like the high achiever students, those that's really looking for the top rank universities. And obviously, with being a top ranked university, the price is a lot higher as well. But it's really like, if you consider like Ivy Leagues in the US or like the group of 8 in Australia, this is Durham University being part of that Russell Group as well. The Russell Group in the UK, and for those of you that's not aware of it, is the top 24 research-led universities. These universities are the ones that receive a tremendous amount of funding in regards to the research programs. With the recent pandemic, these are the type of universities that the governments and societies turn to help do the research, etc., and help produce like the vaccines, etc., in terms of how to treat certain illnesses and diseases around the world. So these are really those top universities that one of the top universities you can actually study at within the UK. 90% of its subjects are ranked in the UK top 10. There's not many universities in the UK that can boast that statistics. So you can rest assured that almost any program you choose at Durham University is one of the top that you can get into, or one of the top you can study within the UK itself. It's got the highest graduate employment rate of any UK university. So just under 98% of graduates are in work or further studies 3.5 years after graduation. Again, that's because of the name of Durham University being on your CV, in terms of the experience and the connections that you can build and while studying at Durham University, that really helps with your employment as well beyond studies. There's 2 campuses. So we've got the ISC, which is located on the Queen's campus in Stockton-on-Tees, which is roughly around 40 minutes away from the main campus. And then you've got the main campus where you'll progress on to do your bachelor's degree. Now, we only offer the foundation and pre-masters. We don't offer international year 1, but those are the core programs that's offered there. You've got the business school, which is probably the top programs there is generally business or law. However, they do have a wide range of programs like engineering, sciences, etc. But the business and law are the 2 top programs at Durham. Reason being is the business school is triple accredited. So again, not many universities around the world have a triple accredited business school, which means that any qualification from that business school is recognized worldwide. And then the law school and the law program is also ranked in the world top 100 in terms of its teachings as well. So they're generally, for those students that, if you want to study like business and law, great options there. But as mentioned, there are a wider range of other options as well. The next university to highlight is Cardiff University, again, another Russell Group university. One of our top partners, our leading partners when it comes to life sciences. Cardiff University is the other university that we do offer medicine as well. So similar to Aberdeen, we do offer medicine here. In addition to medicine, we also offer dental surgery. Now, I know these two programs are very popular amongst the region. So if you are looking for dental surgery, you've got Cardiff as an option, or medicine, you've got Cardiff and Aberdeen as an option, as the ones that I've just mentioned or gone through so far. Now, Cardiff is ranked 34th in the UK. It's 87% of the research is world leading as well. So again, being part of that Russell Group helps in terms of developing their research programs. So these are like your biosciences, your life sciences programs, etc. These are some of the top programs that you can get within the UK itself. It's also the second lowest cost of rented accommodation within the UK. So a lot of students, because of how easy it is to get in and out of Cardiff, they do tend to live in Cardiff and then do the commute to other destinations as well. So Cardiff is very affordable, one of our most affordable destinations for international students. So although the cost of studying there is slightly higher than some of the other universities, that is compensated by the cost of living as well, which really does help benefit those students or international students. The university is one of the largest as well in the university in the UK in terms of student body. So it's just over 31,500 students. And again, it's very diverse. So over 120 different countries represented at Cardiff as well. Now, we don't offer international year one, but we do offer foundation and pre-masters for students at Cardiff University. For any students that are really interested in studying medicine, this is only available in September intake, the same with dentistry. So if you are interested in applying for these programs, it's really it's key that you do apply as early as possible because the places do fill up very quickly. We have got a limit on how many international students we can accept. The next university to highlight is University of Leeds. Again, another Russell Group university or one of our Russell Group partners. A UK top 15 university, again, another world top 100 university. Really well known for its reputation amongst the region as well. A lot of students choose to study at Leeds. In particular, they really go for their business programs. The economic environment in Leeds itself contributes a large amount to the GDP footprint within the UK itself. Loads of local companies or businesses have partnerships with the universities in Leeds, not just Leeds, but Leeds Beckett, which I'll touch on a little bit later. But it is a really good opportunity for those students, particularly business students that want to get, again, internships, work placements, stay beyond beyond their studies, etc. There's a wide range of programs available, not just business. There's also really good research programs, life sciences, engineering, all available for students at the University of Leeds and available for you to apply to as well. In terms of the programs that's offered at University of Leeds, we don't offer pre-masters. We only offer foundation and international year one. And as you can see, being a Russell University is a little bit more expensive than some of the options that we discussed. But again, it is an excellent education that you can get from University of Leeds. And again, the connections you can build in terms of the internships, the placements that's available there really does benefit students as well. On top of that, it is actually a TEF Gold school or TEF Gold University. So you can rest assured that it is ranked really high when it comes to their academics and in terms of the teaching excellence that's available for you at Leeds as well. So the next Russell Group, or the last Russell Group university that I'll highlight that we are partnered with is University of Sheffield. Again, one of our top partners, another popular destination for students coming from the region. The University of Sheffield is really well known for its student experience. A city university, Sheffield is actually one of the safest major cities within the UK itself. It's the fourth largest city within England. World top 200 university, top 20 UK university as well. Being a part of the Russell Group, again, the research is world leading. It's just a really good university, just key for those students that are interested in going into engineering. Out of all the partners that we do work with, in terms of within the UK, the University of Sheffield has the widest range of engineering programs that is available. You've got programs such as robotics, artificial intelligence, aeronautical engineering. There's a wide range of engineering programs that you can choose from. And this is for those students that want to go into something that's more specific in engineering rather than just like a general engineering program. They do offer dental surgery as well, so they have got a really good life sciences school. It's only the second or the second of our two universities that do offer dental surgery. Cardiff is the other one. So again, if you are applying for dental surgery as a key program that you want to go into, then Sheffield or Cardiff is the two options that you can look at via our foundation programs itself. Now, we don't offer international year one, so it's just the foundations and pre-master, the foundation and the pre-masters that we do offer. The good thing about Sheffield is that we do have 3 intakes in the year, so for September, January, and March. So there's a good wide range of intakes available for students to apply to. If you miss one, you can always hop onto the next intake as well. We also have some of the best scholarships available at Sheffield. As mentioned, I'm going to go into scholarships a little bit later, but you've got the scholarships not just for the foundation or the pre-masters, but you've got the progression scholarships that's available when you do move on from the International Study Centre at Sheffield. Now, the next university is Lancaster. Lancaster University is, again, it's not, when you look at the rankings, if you really focus on overall rankings, Lancaster University is not one of the universities that's ranked really highly in terms of like a Russell Group. It's not looked at as a Russell University. However, in terms of the academics, it is actually on par with university or with Durham University, and it's actually better than a majority of the Russell universities in terms of its like academic rankings within the UK itself. In terms of the university, in terms of its academics, it's ranked top 10 in 3 of the major UK university league tables. That's not just for 2021, it was actually for 2020 as well, and 2019. It's third in the UK for graduate prospects. They do focus a lot more on outcomes as a university. So one of the good things about Lancaster University is they're very specific when it comes to you starting your pathway programs, whether that be the foundation or the pre-masters, which is offered here. What you tend to find is if you are going into like a foundation program, you tend to see that they are quite generalized. Like, for example, you might go into a business arts and humanities foundation where you are with students that's progressing onto all those degrees within that subject area. The good thing about Lancaster University is with their pathway programs, they're very specific from the get-go. So like there's a pathway in engineering, a pathway in computing and IT, a pathway in just business. So you get the specifics from the start of your pathway, which again, it helps in terms of ensuring that students are really are up to speed from the get-go rather than doing like a general first semester and then going into more specific from the second semester. So Lancaster really do put a strong emphasis on that side of things, as well as ensuring their employability side of things as well. Now, this is something that we do push throughout all of our international study centres, and it's continued by the universities when you progress, is ensuring that employability is embedded in each of your programs as you go throughout the year, and the support is there for like your career prospects, how to complete an application form, etc. All of that is all provided for you. Lancaster are very supportive of that, and they do push and develop students as much as possible, which is why they rank so highly in terms of graduate prospects. In terms of the programs that are offered, as mentioned, it's just the pre-masters and the foundation. Wide range of options available for you, ranging from like the life sciences all the way down to like computing, the business. Again, it's got a good range for you to apply to as well. So it's similar to like an Aberdeen in terms of its range of programs. And the entry requirements are slightly higher than like an Aberdeen because of the actual academic ranking of the university itself. But you tend to find there is a good range for you, and it's a very reputable university. The next university is our newest university, Tside, which we only launched this year, and our first intake is this November. Tside University is probably one of the more newer universities in terms of the education system within the UK. So it's been going for only 90 years in terms of its teaching. Because of its new way of teaching, it's very dynamic and very adaptable to students, and it's continuously growing in terms of its rankings. It is ranked TEF Gold, and that's continuous. That's talking about how good the university is in terms of its academic excellence as well. Got graduates from over 100 different countries. It is a very diverse and ever-growing student body as well. The good thing about Tside is they have got global partnerships. So these are with various different companies worldwide, where students can look to be getting an internship or progress onto. Some of the countries are all mentioned there, like China, in the UAE, where I'm currently based, You've got options across Europe as well. There's a wide range of partnerships that they're developing, which is continuously growing as well. It's ranked 24th overall for student satisfaction. So this is again something that's continuously rising and increasing at the university as they adapt to their way of teaching with the new age as well. So you can again be one of those places that you will enjoy whilst you're studying there. And also just to highlight, it's actually our most affordable partner as well out of all of our partners within the UK. We currently only offer the international year one, but we are looking to launch the foundation and the pre-masters programs early next year. But for now, it's only international year one. And as you can see, £10,000, it's actually the cheapest option that we do have for studies within the UK. It's also very flexible when it comes to the entry requirements as well. So Tside University is for those students that are looking for a good university, one of those ones that's always continuously growing and adapting to how they're teaching as well. It's in a fantastic location, located in Middlesbrough, which is just literally around 20 minutes away from Newcastle, breezy, around 2.5 hours, 3 hours away from London by train. So it is a really fantastic location. It's a very affordable destination for students that want to study there as well. Now, University of Huddersfield, again, another popular partner that's located within the region, is actually located not too far away from Tside University. So it's in the north of England as well, very central in the UK. Again, another affordable option for international students. It's ranked TEF Gold. It is a university that's been growing continuously in the rankings over the past 5 years. Top 15 for work placements within the UK in terms of like the internships and everything and all the support in that side of things. In terms of the programs and offered, you've got the foundation, international year one and pre-masters. It's actually the only university that we offer a progression into nursing from the foundation year. So any students that are interested in going to nursing, this is one of the options available, or the option available for you via out of our partners. We also offer midwifery, so any students interested in that, this is a great option for you as well. The good thing about University of Huddersfield is that the programs, being the international year one and pre-masters, are all joint CAS programs. So it's just one visa, one CAS, which a lot of students are looking for out of their options as well. So it's a really good option for those students that want to study there. And it also has fantastic scholarships, not just for the International Study Centre, but also for when you progress on at the university as well. Leeds Beckett University, located just down the road from the University of Leeds. The good thing about Leeds Beckett University is because of its location and its partnerships that's developed within the Leeds as a city itself, it's almost like the more affordable version of University of Leeds. Well, it's not ranked as highly in terms of the academics, etc. But you can generally study pretty much the similar programs that you can study at University of Leeds in a great, vibrant city as well. You've got all of the sandwich course options where you get to have a placement year as well. Very well known for like business and engineering, as University of Leeds is known for as well because of the locality, and it has got a long history of teaching as well. And it is one of those universities that is continuously growing in the ranking. It is a more affordable option, as mentioned. So we do offer the foundation as well as the international year one that we've recently launched as well. So you'd be looking at it's like a cheaper version of the University of Leeds, not as reputable, but very good or popular option for those students looking for that type of city and those type of programs that's available there. Then we've got Liverpool John Moores University, located in the north of England as well. So this is all that cluster of universities that I mentioned within the north of England. Fantastic location, centre of the UK as well. Very well known for its business programs, got a great sports science school as well. For those of you that are into football, so Liverpool and Everton Football Club are that's what Liverpool is home to Liverpool and Everton football clubs, which are the two biggest football clubs within the Premier League within the UK itself. And the students, the actual sports team or the players actually come and do their medical checkups at the Liverpool John Moore because their sports science facilities are one of the top you can get within the UK itself. It is very well known, so it's got those programs as well as the engineering programs that's available for you, business programs which is available there as well. These are some of the top programs that's available, not just from the university, but from within the UK as well. Liverpool is the 4th largest city in Britain. It is a very student-centric city. So there are 3 big universities located there. Liverpool John Moores being the one that we partner with. We've also got the Russell Group Universities, the University of Liverpool, and we've got Liverpool Hope University as well. It's a very metropolitan city itself. Great location for those students that want to have like a really want to live in a city that's very well known for not just for the actual education, but for the student experience as well. In terms of the strengths, as mentioned, so the business and the engineering and sports sciences is all there. But it's also got the tourism and hospitality, which is increasing in popularity for within the region as well as an architecture school. The architecture program is a really good option as well that's available for students. Now, Liverpool John Moore has all three programs available, all three pathways. So the foundation, international year one, and pre-masters is actually our most affordable pre-masters program. So for those students that are further along in their study, this is one of the cheapest pre-masters that you can get within the UK itself. And this is the price before we actually offer a scholarship on there. So you can see it is a great option for those students within a great city. And then moving into London now. So we've got Coventry University, London, a very business-oriented school, TEF Gold. So there is two, because Coventry University obviously has their main campus in the north of England. We only partner with the London campus, which is focused around the business programs that's available. So it's actually located in Canary Wharf, just sort of like amongst like the London Stock Exchange and all those big companies that's traded on the FTSE or the stock market. We do have fantastic like global finance programs that's available, global finance and trading. They all include a placement year as well. So you can, if you're interested in like fintech, interested in cryptocurrency, those type of options, as well as stock trading, etc. There's not many universities that offer a better opportunity than Coventry University. You've got placements on almost all of the programs to be able to go amongst some of the biggest businesses within, not just in the UK, around the world, to be able to get some experience as well whilst studying. We do offer all three programs, being foundation, international, and pre-masters. And as you can see, it's quite affordable, very affordable for London University. The only thing is obviously being located in London, the cost of living is a little bit more expensive. But again, it's for those students that if you really want to live in London, this is one of those universities that will provide a great option for you if you're looking into going into business or anything like that as well. In terms of the International Study Centre, is located in Greenwich, but the main campus itself is actually located in the City of London. So right in between, as you can see, you've got the Gherkin, which is displayed there. You're right in amongst all of the main big companies that operate within London itself. And then we've got Kingston University, London. So it's a little bit further up, just on the outskirts of London itself. So you can see it's a little bit more affordable. There's a little bit more green as well. So you've got a bit more like the parks, etc., and a bit more rural spaces within Kingston as well. Kingston, again, is known for business programs. Again, because of where it's situated, being in London, it's easy to develop those partnerships. One of the things to highlight about Kingston is they're also very well known for entrepreneurship. So if there's any students out there that's really keen on going into starting your own business, etc., then look no further than Kingston University. The entrepreneurship program is one of the best you can find within the UK itself. Really helps students in terms of developing like business plans, how to approach a bank for a business loan, etc. It is a really great option for those students. And it is one of the reasons why Kingston is ranked top 2 amongst the most top 2 within the UK out of education institutions for students or graduate startup companies. This is for the 8th year running. So they actually ranked one of the top universities in the UK for graduate startups. And this is because of the entrepreneurial expertise that's taught and available to students from the university or at the university itself. The university, as a ranking within the UK, is ranked within the top 40. And that's the most recent rankings as well in terms of the Guardian University Guide. And because it's located just on the outskirts, as mentioned, it's slightly more affordable in terms of the cost of living. And again, it's a very friendly borough, a little bit more safer than in some of the deeper parts of London as well. So it's a great location for students that wants to study in London, but obviously somewhere or live somewhere that's a little bit more affordable, but not too far away from getting into like the central part of London itself. At Kingston, we do offer all 3 programs, being the foundation, international year 1, and pre-masters pathway routes as well. Wide range selection of programs for you that's available for via those routes. As I said, Majority is focused around business and management. So this, if you're looking for those type of programs within London, this is one of the universities you'll look at. Now, moving on to the other university that we do partner with in London, or the final two that we do partner with in London. So Royal Holloway University. Royal Holloway is probably one of the most beautiful campuses that we do have within the UK. Really fantastic location, not far from Heathrow Airport. So it's a little bit further out, but still obviously known as a London university itself. It is very well known for like the arts, humanities, social sciences type of routes. So if you've got any students, or if any of you students are interested in like drama, acting, or like the arts type of programs, there's no better universities out there than there's not many better universities out there than Royal Holloway University. It is really very similar in terms of like the look and feel of the university is that traditional red brick, which you would see in like a majority of the Russell Group universities. Again, because of where it's located, it's a little bit more affordable in terms of the cost of living than being more in like the central London as well. In terms of the programs on offer, you've got the foundation pathways, international year one pathway, and the pre-master pathway. So it's got a wide range of programs for you. But again, it's one of those universities, if you're looking for like arts, humanities, it has got fantastic business school, as with most of our London universities. They do have fantastic programs in that route, but arts, humanities is really one of those, and sciences are really the specialist programs that's available and world leading within not just obviously not just the UK but around the world, but out of one of our partners that's all available for you there. And then our final university that we do partner with in London is University of Surrey. This university, or Surrey itself, is really one of the top destinations for those students that are looking for internships. Like literally around 95% or 96% of the programs that's available at the university have a placement intertwined with it. The university has partnerships with over 2,300 companies, and these are world-leading employers as well. There's not many universities that can boast that amount of partnerships. Most tend to have like between 40 or like 50 to 100, partners. With 2,300 partners, you can rest assured that any program that you're on, you'll be able to find a professional training placement within your studies whilst you're at the university. Majority of these are paid placements as well, so it's a really great opportunity at Surrey. Being located in London as well, it's helped them build a wide range of partnerships with some of the top companies that's available to you. So it really does benefits being in terms of its location. Now, it is located just on the outskirts of London itself, so it is a bit more affordable in terms of the cost of living. They're very well known for their engineering and physical sciences programs, as well as their business programs as well. So they are really well known for those top programs if you're looking to go into any of those particular routes itself. They do offer progression scholarships for those routes, which are very attractive scholarships for students after you've completed your actual pathway programs. We offer the foundation routes and the pre-master pathways at University of Surrey. We don't currently offer international year one, so these are the core routes that you can apply to as well. One of the things that just to highlight as well is that it is really well known for its student experience. University of Surrey is one of those, when I studied in London, it's a university that we did travel to or mix with quite often, because University of Surrey are really good at building links with other universities, which is why the student experience is so great. They're always inviting other students from other universities onto campus or holding like a mixed events as well. So you get to really get immersed amongst student life and get a bit of an understanding of what life is like around the rest of the UK from other students that do travel in to get involved in some of the events there as well. Now, the final university to highlight is University of Sussex. Again, one of the universities very well known in terms of its rankings. Is highly ranked in terms of its research facilities, research programs, as well as some of the other programs like film, communication studies. It is a full spectrum university, just like Aberdeen and like Lancaster as well. So they have got a wide range of programs that you can choose to study whilst at the university as well. It's been consistently ranked top ranked within the UK. Not just with their research programs, but as mentioned with their other programs as well. The business school is double accredited, so by EQUIS and AMBER. So you can rest assured that the degree coming from this business school is actually one of those that's recognized worldwide. And we do offer the foundation, international year one, and pre-masters routes for progression as well from the university. In terms of its location, as mentioned, is located in Brighton, just by the south coast of the UK. So it's an excellent location for students. It is quite close to University of Brighton. You've got down there as well as some of the top colleges within the UK as well. It is a very student-centric place. And again, during the summer, it's probably no better place to be. Outside of summer, I'm not sure because it rains quite often in the UK, but during the summer, you tend to find a lot of tourists tend to travel to like Sussex, Brighton, etc., to go and enjoy the beach and all the scenery that's there. Now, in terms of the scholarships that we do offer at our international study centres, we don't actually offer any full scholarships. So I know that's generally one of the questions that students are, or one of the queries from students. We only offer partial scholarships, but these generally range between 10 and 20%. In some universities, they are slightly higher. Now, some of our partners, we do offer progression scholarships. So those ones that I mentioned, like the Sheffields, the University of Huddersfield, quite the majority of our partners, we offer the progression scholarships for you. University of Sheffield is probably one of the best progression scholarships that you can get. So they offer not just so it starts from £1,000 when you progress just from the International Study Centre, as long as you achieve at least 60%. And then this you can also apply for a merit scholarship, which is you can get up to 50% off your actual remaining degree or master's programs as well. So this is something you can apply for separately. All our other universities, as mentioned, some of them do have progression scholarships that you can apply for, being either merit scholarships or automatically applied onto when you progress on at the university. But generally for your pathway programs, it's between 10 and 20% that we do offer at the international study centres. One thing to highlight is that the actual scholarships are not available for capped programs. By capped programs, I mean the programs that we do have a limit on how many international students we can accept. So that's programs such as medicine, or if you're applying for like the business school in Durham, which is one of the top in the world, we do have limits on how many students we can accept. Even the law school there as well. So we can't offer scholarships on those programs, but the majority of programs that we do offer, we should be able to get you a scholarship on there. In terms of eligibility for the scholarship, all we require for students to have a conditional offer with us. So you do need to make sure you submit your applications through Global Education, get your conditional offer, and then we can look at applying a scholarship for you for your pathway program with us. Now, that's the core of the presentation that I wanted to talk you through today. Hopefully the information I've shared has been valuable, and you've managed to get an idea of how or what type of university you might want to go to, whether the UK is the right destination for you. I'd now like to open it up to the Q&A session to go through any questions that's come through, and we'll take it from there. Thank you. Thank you, George.
Winston, thank you very much. As always, I think you cover so much detail in such a short amount of time. So we will definitely be sharing this webinar with a whole bunch of people and school counselors specifically, who, while having those conversations with students, who might potentially have, issues with results, or stress with exams during this pandemic as well. I think what you guys do is fantastic. It gives a lot of opportunity to students who want to study. So from all of us at Global, thank you very much. To any students listening in, please put your questions in the chat box. I know we're just coming up onto the hour of this webinar, so I am mindful of the time in South Africa in the evening, and you all have exams. So please do let us know how things are going if you have any questions. Winston, don't worry about your camera. I totally get it.
It keeps cutting off.
All good. All good.
All right.
So yeah, Winston, this is the problem with you. You have such a good presentation that there's always less questions with you. I think next time we start with the questions first. How about that?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, we should. Yeah, let's start with the questions. I mean, I like to make sure I do fill as much information as possible, because I want to ensure that, as George has said, for Global Education, that all the students have everything they need to be able to make the right decision. The key thing here is to make sure that you are making the right decision for yourself and you go into the right university. The last thing we want is for students to end up on a program or at a university that they are not necessarily happy with, or they feel like they've just chosen at the last minute because they just want to be able to get a study done. The key thing is taking your time, taking in all the information that's being shared with you. The stuff that I've given to you here, the team at Global Education that they share with you as well. Also do some of your own research to get a bit of an understanding as well, to make sure you're making the right decision. Don't just choose a program because it sounds good. Choose a program that's right for you, because at the end of the day, you're going to have this program. It's going to be your career that you progress onto for your future as well. And working 40 hours a week, doing something that you may not necessarily enjoy is not going to be the best thing for you as a student. You're all very young. The world is your oyster. Make sure you make the right decision and listen to all the information that's shared whenever you go through any of these presentations, whether it's from myself or any other universities within the UK or around the world. Make sure you do listen and especially speak to the counsellors and the team at Global Education to help support you with that as well.
Thank you, Winston. Really appreciate that. For everybody listening in on the recording as well, I'm just going to share my screen with some contact details for you. My email is george@global-education.co.za. You will receive a newsletter from us after this webinar with some links that were referenced in Winston's presentation, as well as the resharing of the links of some of those universities that are presented on this webinar as well. If you'd like to have a little bit more information, for example, University of Surrey and University of Aberdeen as well, just to mention a few that Winston referenced. So yeah, please take note of those contact details. Please subscribe to our newsletter as well. If you haven't already, you would have if you'd signed up for this webinar, and you will be receiving both of our contact details as well. Winston, I think I'm going to close off this webinar. We've just gone past the hour and let these kids get back to some studies. I know their parents will. So thank you very much to everybody listening in. And Winston, I'll catch you on the next one.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, George. Thank you, everyone that's listening in. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the rest of your studies, and good luck. And hopefully I'll be seeing your applications coming through soon.
Thank you, Winston. Have a lovely evening.
See you. Bye-bye.